Hey guys, welcome back to Tip Tuesday. My name is Matthew Sturkey with Stone Mill Log and Timber Homes. Thanks for joining us this week. I want to talk a little bit about wood species and application this week and just go through some tips on selecting wood species. There is certainly no one size fits all wood species or end all be all. A lot of it depends on the application that you're putting it in. It depends on the environment and the climate that you're putting it in, and it depends on the exposure that the material has. So there are advantages and disadvantages of wood species, and there's a lot of really good species out there that you can choose from. None necessarily much better than the other because they all have some advantages and disadvantages that kind of weigh each other out. As a general rule of thumb, we use Douglas fir for the log walls, which is what you see here in this image for the walls. Typically for the second floor and roof system, we provide structural yellow pine. In this particular image, the client opted to do Douglas fir for the second floor beams and girders and the roof timbers. And then we did a #2 prime southern yellow pine decking for the second floor and the roof, just to mix up the species. So when you get into comparisons between Douglas fir and structural yellow pine, you've got both are very strong. We can get longer lengths in both so that we can clear span larger distances. And the Douglas fir is a very stable wood species. However, if you are going into a different application, let's say, for example, you're wanting to build a timber frame and you are a purist, you might do a timber frame out of white oak. That is what a lot of frames were built out of. That's what you see in this particular image of this master bedroom for this timber frame. So a timber frame could be done out of white oak. It could be done out of Douglas fir. We're actually doing a lot of cypress timber frames currently for particular clients. And this next project that I'll show you is a log-on-log structure that was done actually in cypress for the walls. We did a log-on-log profile with a dovetail. We did all the porch material with cypress. We did all of the tongue and groove and spruce. And then on the inside, we did cypress for the second floor system and the roof system. And then because this was out on a farm and it was real close to grade and it's going to have some sunlight exposure on the outside perimeters of the porch, the posts were actually black locust. So there's obviously some wood species that are going to be very suitable. Douglas fir, black locust, cypress are going to be really suitable for those high sunlight exposure areas and a lot of those really vulnerable areas that you have with exposure to sunlight and water. So again, there is no like overall universally best wood species. A lot of it depends on the application you're putting it in, the environment that you're putting it in, and the exposure to sunlight and water that you're putting it in. There's definitely wood species that you would stray away from in certain applications, but I just wanted to kind of give you a feel because wood species is a very important selection, but there's are different applications that you put material into. So I would definitely suggest, talking to us about the standard wood species that we use. If there's any cosmetic or aesthetic reason why you would like a different wood species, like we did with this particular project, there was no particular structural reason for using it or application reason using it other than the porch post. So definitely talk to us about what's available if you want something a little different. All are going to carry different price points. All are going to carry different lengths. Some are going to be able to, you're going to be able to find longer lengths. Some are going to be shorter lengths like white oak. It's typically harder to find white oak in anything longer than 16 feet or greater. And so you get some challenges when it comes to lengths, whereas Doug fir, we can find those 40-foot lengths, full length without splicing. Structural yellow pine is another species you can get the longer lengths in. So a lot of different options out there, a lot of really good wood species out there to work with. And certainly we would love to talk to you about that. So hopefully this has been helpful. This is a little different topic that we haven't covered in our Tip Tuesday series. So wanted to bring it to everybody's attention, and feel free to reach out to me or our sales staff. And anytime that you have questions and want to talk about wood species, what's available, pricing, those types of things, we'd be happy to help. So hopefully this has been helpful. Thanks for joining us today. We look forward to you joining us for more Tip Tuesday. Until then, stay safe and healthy and take care. We look forward to seeing you next time.